Welcome to the Bedford High Gym, where tonight the Bedford Lady Bulldogs will host the Bishop Girton Crusaders in a season opener here at the Bedford High Gym. And Lauren Fox alongside Harry Kozlowski. And when we left this chapter, Harry, coronavirus was an abstract thing. We thought, hey, we're going to play on a Thursday. Now we're going to play on a Friday. This is the first time the Bulldogs have played since back in March.
So a layoff of about 10 months. And the girls, of course, are eager to get back to it. If you are watching on BCTV 23 or Nashua ETV 99, you notice that all the girls are masked up for precaution. And we're actually broadcasting from a different location high up on the West Grandstand.
So we're about ready to go. And another thing that's a little bit different that we're used to, there's no center tip. We are inbounding the ball from the near side, and Bishop Girton's ready to go. I misidentified them as the Crusaders, but they are indeed the Cardinals. Brooke Paquette drives the lane, shot missed. Rebound Isabella King, and Bedford back the other way into the front court to the point guard Sydney Grogan. Grogan ball fake, now to King, a senior on the near side, dribbling base with her left hand. Now to Lana McCarthy, the freshman, off the back iron and missed. BG gets the rebound and back the other way. Nice steal there by Grogan, tough sophomore point guard.
Looks like she might have picked up a foul there too.
This is a young Bedford team, and for BG last year going into the playoffs, they had one junior on their roster, or I should say they had no juniors on their roster. They have one senior on the roster this year, so they are a very young Bishop Girton team, and Bedford no different this year. Isabella King, the senior captain.
Kaylee McDonald, by the way, for the Cardinals, picking up a foul there. That's the team's first.
Keep me straight. I haven't done a basketball game in a long time. Back over to the near side, dribbling into the paint. And it looks like it's going to be a player control foul on Caitlyn Wheeler. And for Wheeler, that is her first foul. She drove into the lane, caused a little bit of contact, and Bedford will get the ball, go back the other way. BG in that full court press that they are known for. I am told by our former colleague, or I guess current colleague not doing the game, there are two feeds coming through right now on TV. I have no other way to communicate that to Harry, so here we go. King drives the lane, left-hand floater is good. Bedford on top, 2-0, 6:45 left here in quarter number one, and a quick pass down court to Megan Stack, makes the shot. Foul is called on the shot, and so she has a chance to put BG up 3-2 as she goes to the line to try to complete that three-point play.
Yeah, I was going to mention as well that you mentioned that they are a very young team. They're also a very tall team with 3 6-footers on the roster.
Yeah, that was one thing I noticed as I was writing this stuff down is Bedford has some height. They have Lana McCarthy over there on the near side starting in her first game. She's 6'2". She's not the only hilltopper on the court here. Isabella King with it on the near side. Nice feathery jumper that King has. She drives into the lane, kicks to McCarthy, and McCarthy in the paint converts the bucket, her first as a varsity player. And now quickly up court is BG. A shot thrown up there by Olivia Murray. Rebound, Bedford back the other way. Grogan to King, now to the corner to Mumpini, and her three is good. Sophia Mumpini knocks down a three, and Bedford is on top here, 7-3, 5:35 left here in quarter number one. Drive there by Megan Stack, shot missed, Bedford back the other way. King into the front court, pulls up for a J right outside the three-point line, gets a nice shooter's roll off the front iron, does King, and now Bedford on top 10-3, not even 3 minutes gone by here in the first. Harry mentioned it. The girls are all masked, which is it's a difficult situation for us broadcasting. I can only imagine playing basketball. Now a three-pointer from the near side, a deep one by Kaylee McDonald is good, and that cuts the Bedford lead to 10-6. 5 minutes remain here in the first.
Sorry, I'm back. I was just doing a little bit of technical work on the radio side.
Lana McCarthy, nice left hand high off the glass is good. She's fouled. She'll go to the line and have an opportunity to convert that three-point play.
This, of course, the season opener for both teams. And the Bedford girls have another contest coming up on Tuesday, which we'll have for you on BCTV and Bedford 105.1. It'll be against Concord, 6:30 tip-off for the varsity.
McCarthy's free throw misses long. BG the rebound back the other way as Paquette drives the lane into McCarthy. Shot missed. Nice job by Lana staying straight up. Very good D.
Yeah, Lana held her ground, so no blocking foul there.
Grogan dribbling with the right hand. Does her best to navigate around Catherine Pennick, the junior. Now down low to McCarthy. Volleyballed around there. She's fouled and somehow gets it to fall again. McCarthy with 6 in the early going and now has an opportunity for another three-point play. Bedford on top 14-6, 4:29 left in the first.
McCarthy had a fight for possession between two BG defenders. She came up with the ball and got the ball off the backboard, bounced around and into the bucket.
Free throw missed. Paquette the rebound. Back the other way is BG. Molly Smith with it. And nice defensive play made there by Sophia Mumpini. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be BG ball underneath. Right now it's been a track meet for the first couple minutes.
Molly Smith kind of running out of room there, trying to lay the ball up. Instead went off the Bedford player. At least they maintain possession here. 4:23 to go here in the first period. 14-6. Bedford is up.
Pennick and Mumpini out for Bedford. Kazajanski and Marina Braga into the game. Now McCarthy a steal on the inbound pass. Kazajanski driving down court. Thinks about the baseline. Now takes it baseline. Tries a little up and under. Misses, but is fouled. And Emma Kazajanski will go to the line, have a chance to shoot 2. Foul there called on Olivia Murray. That's her first.
Yeah, she got the hand across the wrist as she tried to do the underhanded layup along the baseline.
You realize how loud you are when you're talking during a free throw. This one made by Kazajanski. Puts Bedford on top 15-6. 4:15 left here in quarter number 1.
I think we're far enough away they can't hear us, can they?
I don't know. It's like going to a library. Kazajanski misses the second, gets the rebound. Down low to McCarthy. Nice job with position. And Lana makes another one. She's got 8 here in quarter number 1. It's not even halfway done yet. And BG, even though they have some tall players, they haven't found an answer for the 6'2 McCarthy.
Yeah, that was a great power move by McCarthy.
Driving the lane, kick into the near side, shot an air ball. Paquette gets the rebound. Now back to Molly Smith, now up top to Murray. Murray with a left-handed drive up high off the glass. The shot missed, but there's a reason for that. She was fouled by Lana McCarthy, and that is Lana's first foul. Bedford 17, BG 6. And the first free throw out of the hands of Murray misses. Both teams struggling with foul shooting in the early going. Bedford 1 of 4, BG 1 of 2. And Murray's second one rattles around and falls. Quick inbound pass to Grogan, now to King. And we had a foul call. They called a travel on Isabella King. Nice defensive play by BG to sort of disrupt her momentum a bit.
Yeah, Brooke got in her way. Brooke Paquette blocking her path to the basket and caused her to take the extra step.
Paquette has been everywhere, sophomore guard. Now the ball kicked over to the near side to Daly. And down in, attempting to shoot is Murray, and that one rejected by Lana McCarthy out of bounds. It'll be BG ball underneath, 17-7 Bedford, 3.5 minutes left here in the first quarter of play. Inbound pass stolen by Sydney Grogan. Bedford coming back the other way, and they will call a foul. The only question, which one of the BG players is it on?
Yeah, she kind of got mugged by 2.
The foul called there on Paquette. A lot of fouls here in the early going. BG has committed 6. So that could give us a first half that plods along. That inbound pass stolen by Paquette. Brings it back around. Now Murray drives in. The ball stolen by McCarthy. Gets it to King. Bedford on the fast break. King dribbling with her left hand. Tries to go behind the back, but couldn't get it around her.
Got stuck on her shoulder there.
It's like she had Velcro on her shoulder. The ball stopped right there.
I wanted to say Isabella King was the player that caused that turnover. Got her hand inside and turned the ball over.
She gives and she takes away. And this one, as Molly Smith drives The ball tied up, and it'll be Bedford ball.
That was a good call by the official because Molly Smith led with her shoulder into the Bedford player.
NFL playoffs are going on right now, or at least pretty close to it, but...
No, they're on right now.
Oh, it is. That's right. It was a 3:05 kickoff. Grogan dribbling with the ball and is being heckled there by Kate Daly. So they'll call a foul on Daly, and that's 7 on BG.
I'd give a score, but there might be people who are taping the game.
Yes, certainly possible.
Watching it later, so I'm not going to spoil the surprise.
I hope they're watching us.
Yes, of course they would.
Uh-huh. Foul called there on Kate Daly. It's her first. She'll head to the bench and be replaced there by Hannah Lynch. Grogan's first free throw attempt is good.
Might be breaking 20 points in this period. A furious scoring pace here by the Bulldogs.
Grogan shot, misses off the front iron. Kazajanski, nice job keeping it alive, getting the rebound. And now it's Braga back to Grogan. Grogan looking down low to McCarthy, who had some space down below, able to create that space and gets the bucket. Now she's got 10. And after 5 minutes and 18 seconds gone by here in the first, Bedford on top 20-7. Lana McCarthy has half of them.
And Lana McCarthy definitely is the linchpin of the offense. That appears to be the new look of the Bulldogs, pivoting off the big lady in the middle there.
We had seen it last year to some extent where they'd use some of the bigs down below. We saw it a couple years back when it was Barnard and Amanda Jonas down below and able to use those. But this is a very good style of post play, and frankly, they don't have a body that can defend her adequately.
I don't know if you noticed that the Bedford team has retreated to the corner of the gymnasium because it's so empty. It's easy to hear each other's conferences going on. So Coach Gibbs takes his charges to the corner to have a little privacy while they discuss strategy.
Right, and you're supposed to maintain some sort of semblance of social distancing, and the only way to do that is farther away from things.
And if you're watching on TV, you'll notice that the benches across the way, it's not a bench anymore. It's a series of folding chairs all separated by 6 feet.
Yep. It is. It certainly requires a little bit of ingenuity, and it has kept through this season. It has kept, or through the fall season as well as into the winter season, it's kept Corey Parker pretty busy.
But yeah, it's an inconvenience, and it can grow quite tedious following these protocols, but they're really doing some good. And it's very important for these young athletes to have the chance to play winter sports. And if it means wearing a mask while playing, well, that's just what you got to do in 2021.
Right. It's for any of us, there's the hope that at some point you can go back to normal, sitting on a bench next to your teammates, sitting next to your buddy on the bus. But for now, take what you can get. The school district's done a very good job of giving us just about as much school and as much sports as we can have. And for the kids who are in school, it really does make a big difference in the social aspects, but as well as getting a little bit of physical fitness and competition to go along with it. Nice D there by Sydney Grogan, knocked the ball away on the pass by Paquette, but she goes out of bounds and it'll be BG ball. If you're listening to this one on the radio, BG is going right to left on your radio dial, at least as far as we're seeing it.
We have a new perspective being on the other grandstand.
I'm a little bit confused, yeah.
Possession arrows to Bedford, by the way.
2.5 minutes remain here in the first quarter. Bedford on top 20-7. Now driving baseline, Molly Smith.
Wow.
A shot blocked there by Lana McCarthy, but not before Smith rumbles into Emma Kazajanski and a charge called on Smith.
Yeah, Molly Smith sacrificing the body there. Winds up just picking up the foul for her trouble.
So 2:20 left here in the first. Pass down, stolen. BG back the other way. Paquette misses the shot. Grogan gets the rebound. Bedford right back the other way. Grogan to the far side looking for King. Couldn't find her. And that'll be a turnover on Bedford.
Little miscommunication, throwing it to where she thought she was going to be, but she cut inside, causing the ball go out of bounds.
And it is still early in the season, and that's another artifact of everything that's gone on. The practices are a little bit different. The time that you get with your teammates also a little bit different. Paquette doing a good job. She's the Energizer Bunny for BG. Now over to Smith, kick down to the corner to Paquette, who uses her left arm, create a little bit of space.
And I think Sydney Grogan's going to pick up a foul reaching in there. That's going to be her first.
That was one that maybe could have gone either way. Could have been Paquette lowering the shoulder, but instead they got Grogan for sticking her hand in the cookie jar. Smith to Paquette. Paquette with it on the far side, dribbling, trying to get past Grogan. Now into the paint, kicks it over to Smith on the near side. And BG just trying to find a way to get the ball down low, but they don't want to mess with McCarthy down there. Now dribbling into the paint is Paquette. McCarthy knocks it away from her. BG again drives, kicks to the near side to Murray. Her shot off the back iron, misses. Rebound to Paquette at the elbow. She misses her shot, and now Lana McCarthy with the rebound. Tried an outlet pass stolen. Shot missed, now we're back the other way. King into the front court, little J from the elbow is good.
Perfect.
Feathery jumper.
22-7 is the score, and now the lead pass to number 12, Hannah Lynch. Too far for her to control. It's going to be Bedford ball.
Just over a minute left here in the first quarter of play, 22-7 Bedford. And this has been an offensive outburst for 7 minutes of basketball. That one stolen by BG. Shot missed by BG. And now as Pennock fights for the rebound with Kaylee McDonald, she winds up tumbling to the floor, and
they will retain possession here.
Okay.
Bedford will.
Okay, it was BG ball. Would have thought there might have been some sort of foul called. At least it appeared that way when the whistle happened, but
that's weird because the possession arrow was pointing toward Bedford.
Yes.
Or correction, it's pointing toward
that basket.
Yeah. Which is BG's basket.
Correct.
Okay, sorry about that. You're pointing.
You and I both thought the same thing. That's a three-pointer missed there by Caitlyn Wheeler, and
this time Bedford will get the ball on the jump.
Fighting for the rebound. They did get it on the tie-up, so BG has the arrow, Bedford has the ball. We neglected to mention, too, Lana McCarthy out for a moment, spelling her at the end of quarter number 1. Now into the front court, Braga. King with it over on the far side. Now it's Grogan for 3 off the back iron. It misses. Fight for a rebound down into the paint. Nice job by Braga fighting for it, but another jump ball, and this one will go to BG.
I think somebody got a hand on that three-point shot.
It appeared that way. It was an off-balance shot, tough one to begin with. Now into the front court, Paquette behind the back. Gets it over to the far side to Lynch. Lynch drives the paint. Nice shot.
And a charge.
And they call a charge on Lynch as she crashes into Pennock. So for Lynch, it is foul number 1. And for the Bulldogs, they get the ball back. 24 seconds left here in the first quarter, trying to add to their 15-point lead. They're on top 22-7.
It seems that the officials have been favoring the defensive player on these contact fouls.
King into the front court to McCarthy. Lana gets her 6th basket here in quarter number 1. Now BG right back with it. Molly Smith gets a nice entry pass from Wheeler. Smith makes the bucket. That gives her 2. And now back the other way.
They're going to say that the ball off a Bedford player.
It looked like it went off of King and out of bounds. I think Kevin Gibbs is a little bit incredulous.
Because of the contact that occurred that precipitated that loss of the ball.
2 seconds left here in the first. Paquette attempts a shot, misses. Now Mumpini will throw up a prayer, but it does not go. And after the first 8 minutes, an impressive start for the Bulldogs. Not something we're used to seeing when they go against BG. They're on top 24-9.
Now we're on a 96-point pace here. I'm sure it'll cool off a little bit, but we're actually in the bonus.
As we're looking at the stats through quarter number 1, McCarthy with 12, Isabella King 3, Olivia King with 4, or check that, Isabella King with 7. I will correct myself. Put it in the wrong column. Obviously, I'm out of practice from not having done this in a minute.
Oh, we all are, frankly. And the winter season, of course, is the busy season for us on BCTV 23 and Bedford 105.1. We're going to be calling games left and right. The next one's going to be on Tuesday. We'll be here. Girls against Concord, and then the boys will have a game with them, a BG varsity contest on correction. It's Friday at 6:30. It'll be boys basketball right here.
Now, of course, BG won the state title last year. They were the co-champs in Division I along with Goffstown. But it was a strange end of the season where we thought one day, all right, we had a game here. Team was on a roll, get a chance to avenge an early season loss. It's going to be replayed. Now it's going to be replayed again, and we never got to that chapter in the book.
Much like the hockey team, they were declared co-champions with Concord, even though I believe Concord was undefeated coming into that final game. Probably heavily favored, too.
King with a feathery three-pointer from the far side. That's good. Isabella with her second three-pointer of the game. That gives her 10. And now right back the other way is BG. So if we sound a little bit rusty, I guess, forgive us. At least I'm speaking for myself on that one. Bedford on top, 27-9. Nice try on D by Marina Braga, senior guard, knocking the ball away.
She's going to pick up her first foul there. We should have some information about the Bedford hockey season for you fairly soon. I believe the first game is going to be this Saturday against Wyndham. That'll be at Sullivan Arena.
Nice job by Isabella King knocking the ball away. Can't corral it before it goes out of bounds, however. And it'll be...
I think they're calling a foul here.
Okay. Trying to figure out what's going on. They called a foul on BG, so somebody's going to the line to shoot a one-on-one.
When she tried to reach for the ball, she collided with I believe, number 24, Kaylee McDonald. That's her second foul of the game.
So King knocks down the first one. That'll give her 11 in the game. Bedford on top here, 28-9, 7:19 left here in the first half. King makes her second free throw as well.
Nice touch there.
Now Paquette, the point guard for BG, right back the other way. Driving into the lane is Caitlyn Wheeler. She is fouled as she goes up to shoot. And we'll see which one of the Bulldogs they call it on. They said it was on the floor. The foul called on Sydney Grogan. I could have sworn he flashed a 14, but maybe that was a 15. So the foul on Kazajanski. And it was not on the floor, even though the official... Maybe we're all a little bit rusty. Both free throws made there by Caitlyn Wheeler. That'll make it 29-11 in favor of Bedford. 7:08 left here in the first half. A steal there.
Yeah.
Steal by Murray. Three-pointer missed. And right back the other way is Bedford. Grogan with the ball, dribbling into the front court. Gets it to Mumpini on the near side for three. Shot missed. Nice job, Kazajanski, to get the rebound. Now Mumpini will drive base, pull it back out. She's looking for an option, and she's got one up on the near side, and Isabella King dribbling with the left hand into the paint. A little floater up and under is good. And she gets another one to Isabella King. She's got 7 here in the quarter, and right back the other way is BG. And Coach Kevin Gibbs, in spite of the fact that his team is up 18 points, didn't like what he saw on that one.
No, Caitlyn Wheeler got loose on the fast break there and put in the easy layup, making it an 18-point game so far.
Gibbs was quick on that timeout call. Bedford on top by 18 here. 6:33 left here in the first half.
And so far it's been the King and McCarthy show on offense.
it's interesting to see how, with really not a ton of practice, a team can gel with a young player getting into the mix as well. And it has been a lot of fun to watch her down low. Good post moves as well. And really doing a nice job creating some separation to use her body to get the shot.
Yeah, I mean, Lana McCarthy as a freshman really showing a lot of veteran poise.
Bedford with it into the front court. Kazajanski, 6.5 left here in the first half. Now a pass down low to McCarthy. Little left-handed floater is good. That gives her 14. And Bedford on top by 20, 33-13. 6:10 left here in the first half. Paquette behind the back, now into the paint. The shot is good. Nice left-hander by Brooke Paquette. Her first basket of the game makes it 33-15. 6 minutes left here in the first half. Quickly into the front court is Bedford. Kazajanski drives baseline. Shot missed. Gets her own rebound. And now it's Mumpini creating, going to the right hand. The shot misses, does the floater, and BG gets the rebound back the other way. BG working the ball up top, still trying to find an answer down low. We haven't seen a whole lot of paint activity from them. We've seen a lot of drive and kick, but not a whole lot of post play to this point in the game.
Trying to avoid getting too close to McCarthy. There's a long shot that bounces off the backboard. Rebound by Wheeler, rolls off the rim, but it looks like she's going to get a foul.
Nice job by Wheeler to secure that rebound and get that second chance. So with Wheeler having an opportunity.
Now, having a presence like McCarthy under the basket is a real game changer for Bedford. BG noticeably has been taking their offense more to the perimeter, trying to avoid having to face that the 6'2" McCarthy driving the lane and swatting shots away.
They have had success offensively where they've been able to get her away from the basket, get her out of the paint, but other than that, it's been somewhat difficult. Wheeler misses both free throws. 5:18 left here in the first half. Bedford on top 33-15. Now King, a little 15-footer from the far baseline is good for Isabella King. And Bedford on top by 20, 35-15.
And that's a two-pointer. Had a foot on the line.
BG working it around, trying to find some sort of an answer. Back up top now, kicked over to the near side. Dribbling with the left hand is Wheeler, and they say that she was fouled on the hand. Looked like it may have been clean. Mark Murray might have a good answer for us if
I think Lane
look at the tape.
Lana McCarthy had all ball on that. I don't think the foul was on her. So no, it was called on
They called it on Mumpini. So that is the first one on Sophia. That is 7 called now.
Both teams in the bonus.
First free throw is made there by Caitlyn Wheeler.
Okay.
Now she has a chance at her second. Ava Dubois into the game for the Bulldogs as well. Sophomore, Wheeler makes both of them, so it's feast or famine for her. She's either made both or missed both, but she is 4 of 6 here in quarter number 2. Pass over to the far side to McCarthy, dribbling with the left hand. McCarthy with the right hand now. Shot is missed, rolls around on the iron, and the rebound taken by Maddie Bowen, and BG will get right back into the front court quickly. Now it's Molly Smith with a 3 from the near side, missed. Isabella King with the rebound, looking for a little bit of help, finds Sydney Grogan. Grogan to Dubois. Dubois gets it over to the near side to Mumpini, now back to Grogan. Grogan looking down low to McCarthy, and McCarthy gets another bucket. BG quick on that timeout, as Lana McCarthy now has 16 in the game. And I wish I had somebody keeping track of assists.
Well,
but there's a fair number of those too.
Yeah, I mean, that was the mismatch under the basket once again. And McCarthy just signaled, hey, get it to me, because she's got a size mismatch going on, and you saw the result. It
has been tough for them to body up right there. You have McCarthy with 16. And you have King with 16, so Bedford's on top 37-17. 32 of those points have come from 2 players.
But I don't think BG has played many other bigs yet. Trying to get my stat sheet here on the team. It just does, it seems like they're going with a smaller lineup.
The ones that are listed are number 3, who I don't know that I saw number 3 in warm-ups.
No, she's actually not active today.
Okay, then Aaron Morris, who's a 6-foot.
Ochang.
Then we had Morris, who's a 6-foot junior forward. We haven't seen her. And Maddie Stack, or check that Megan Stack, a sophomore forward. We've seen her a bit, but it's tough when you're trying to body up on somebody who's 6'2".
Boy, she's this dominant on her first day as a freshman. I can just imagine what she's going to be like in years to come. You can bet a few college programs will want to pay some attention.
Well, the last-minute sub here for Bedford is Marina Braga into the game for Sydney Grogan.
Looks like Sydney's having some work done by the trainer. Nothing serious.
About 4 minutes left here in the first half. Bedford on top 37-17. Nice job by Ava Dubois to pick up that pass, but
reached in.
That little bit of physical contact, they'll say it's a foul, and going to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 is BG.
BG's been making their points on the line mostly so far. You might have the actual statistics of their
You're gonna make me do.
rate.
You're gonna make me do math
we'll
now.
wait. We'll wait till halftime. But it just feels like they've been making most of their shots, doing a very good job. And once again, a good shot from the free throw.
They are 7 of 10.
Thank you.
There you go.
Including that one. Makes it 70%.
Up to date, man. And the second one also good as Hannah Lynch makes both free throws that she takes here. Inbound pass.
Like it was knocked out of the hand of Ava Dubois. And they're going to keep possession Bedford here.
King into the front court to McCarthy. Nice job handling the ball after she's getting heckled there. Now Ava with it up top over to the far side to Mumpini. Mumpini gets it across to the near side to Braga. A little skip pass and a whistle, but I'm not quite certain what that was.
A 2-shot foul, though.
Well, all of them are from here on out.
It looks like the job of watching Lana McCarthy has fallen to number 34, Maddie Bowen, a 5'8" junior forward.
They have been trading off on that job because earlier it was Molly Smith, who's 5'8". So you're giving up, either way, you're giving up half a foot, as well as a little bit of size. Second one from Braga is good. Rattles around for a bit, falls in. 39-19 Bedford, 3:48 left here in the first half. Pass up top. Now over to the far side to Bowen. Bowen looking down low, gets it back out to Bowen. The 3 misses. Nice rebound by Sophia Mumpini. And Bedford will go right back the other way. Sophia dribbling into the front court. Gets it to Braga. Braga dribbles with the right hand, trying to beat her man Bowen. Now back to Ava Dubois up top, and Ava will draw it back out and get it to the senior Isabella King, and the Bulldog offense will reset. King dribbling into the lane. Little left-handed floater is good.
Nice screen set up by Lana McCarthy there, getting King wide open.
And you can't leave Isabella King open, not on those shots. That is a shot that has been honed over years of practice. Paquette drives into the lane, shot missed, does a nice job keeping it alive. And fighting for the rebound was Maddie Bowen.
McCarthy's going to pick up a foul here.
And I was going to say, who are they going to call it on? Unfortunately, it's the big for Bedford that picks it up. The Bulldogs leading 41-19, 2:54 left here in the first half.
And McCarthy's going to go to the bench right now for well-deserved rest. And coming in for her is Sophia Lagulon, freshman guard and forward.
Free throw from Bowen is good. 9 of 12, 75%.
But not quite as well from the field.
That's, yeah, well, those are worth 1. The other ones are worth 2. Bowen makes both of them. Now BG into the full court press. Lagulon to Grogan. And back to Mumpini up top. Now to King. King's 3 is going to be an air ball. Nice job by Ava Dubois to fight for that rebound and gets Mumpini streaking the lane, but Sophia couldn't do a whole lot with it. Now she's looking for help, finds Ava in the corner. Ava takes a dribble, now gets it back up top to Sydney Grogan. Sydney into the paint, tried for Mumpini on the baseline, but
too high.
Couldn't find her. And it'll be out of bounds, turnover on Bedford. Bulldogs up 20, 41-21. Just under 2.5 left in the first half. Definitely a different style of play when you don't have the 6'2" post player, but fun to watch. High energy, high intensity. That three-pointer taken by Hannah Lynch is good.
Using the backboard there.
I was going to say, did she call bank on it? 41-24 Bedford. And Lagulon tried to find Mumpini just inside the half-court line. The ball knocked away from Sophia, but it will remain Bedford ball.
Yeah, Brooke Paquette getting into the play there, knocking the ball out. And the Cardinals are putting the press on here with 2 minutes to go.
Paquette only has 2 points, but she has been everywhere, filling up the hustle sheet in the scorebook, that's for sure. Isabella King with it to Grogan on the far side. Drives the paint, finds Mumpini. Great pass by Grogan. And Mumpini, nice job converting. Stretching the Bedford lead back out to 19 again.
Yeah, Mumpini showing some strength on that shot. I think she might have gotten some hand contact on that. The officials let that go. But she was able to overcome that and still maintain her aim.
It's a nice ball movement. It was also heads up on her when her teammate was driving, going to the basket, seeing what she could create out of it, and it paid off by way of a basket. Maddie Bowen on the line, makes her first. She'll have a chance at a second one. Both teams now in the double bonus. And Bowen makes that one too. And BG back again in that press to King to break it, now to Mumpini into the front court. Mumpini's jumper off the back iron. King gets the rebound. Bulldogs on top 43-26. The biggest lead they had was 22. Ooh. King's shot is blocked. Mumpini picks up the rebound. And it was kind of crazy. They blocked King's shot, and the next thing you know, it was like everybody else was in suspended animation except for Sophia.
And it's going to be Sophia at the foul line here for 2. A little short off the rim on the first try.
She has 5 in the game so far. The Bulldogs on top 43-26. Mumpini's second one is good. Putting the Bulldogs up 18, 1:20 left here in the first half. Now BG will come back the other way. Murray with it over on the far side. Dribbling into the paint, thought about a shot, passed it up. Now back over to the near side to Lynch. Now up top to Murray again, dribbling with the left hand. And Paquette with it up top. She'll drive into the paint. The shot misses, but they will say that is a result of a foul that was committed. And that foul called on Sophia Mumpini, and now Paquette will go to the line and shoot 2.
A little bit short off the rim.
BG had a nice long streak of free throws made. I believe they had made 6 straight, dating back to a Wheeler miss earlier on in the second period of play. Nice job by Lagulon getting that rebound, and Bedford will come right back the other way.
We've got 50 seconds to go.
Lagulon with it down low. Little left-handed hook shot is good. And now right back the other way is BG. The ball stolen there by Ava Dubois. Ava dribbling into the front court, looking around, finds Braga over on the near side. Now Braga dribbling into the paint, tries to get it back to Ava, just out of her reach.
Going to be a turnover here.
the BG ball. 27.3 left. Bedford on top by 20, 46-26.
Well, you remember I said they were on a pace for 96. One more bucket, and they will be maintaining that pace.
It's a lot of points, man. It's like a track meet.
And a pretty quick game so far.
Paquette found a little bit of space, dribbled around, made a bucket. She's got 4, 46-28 Bedford. About 10 seconds left here in the first half. And they get a double dribble call on Sydney Grogan. And if you're the Bulldogs, you have to be mindful now of stopping this bucket. They're well ahead of BG, but this is a BG team that you and I both know, very talented, so you can't let up the easy hoop. Inbound pass to Bowen. Bowen dribbles baseline, now kicks it over to the far side to Wheeler for 3. Off the back iron, missed. Bowen the rebound, another from Wheeler. She beat the buzzer, didn't make the shot. And after 16 minutes of basketball, the Bedford Bulldogs on top of the Bishop Girton Cardinals, 46-28.
And we hope you're all enjoying this broadcast here on BCTV 23, Bedford 105.1, as well as Nashua ETV Channel 99. Glad everybody's tuning in. Quick reminder, too, that Bedford High School Athletics and Corey Parker, the athletic director, have set up a streaming channel on YouTube that not only brings you a lot of varsity and junior varsity contests live, but also available on demand. So just go to YouTube and Google, or actually just in the search box, search for Corey Parker, Bedford High Athletics. There's a reason why.
Yeah, Corey's going to be a social media influencer before too long.
Exactly.
There's
one of those things.
Monetize that thing. Get the man a raise.
But that's where you can find all the contests from Bedford High School Athletics, and it's a great improvement since a lot of people can't get to the venues these days, so you'll be able to follow along online. We're going to take a little break here, about 7 or 8 minutes, while halftime runs its course. 46 Bedford, 28 BG. We're at halftime. We'll be right back here on Bedford 105.1.
Welcome back to the Bedford High Gym, where the Bedford girls basketball team is leading the Bishop Girton Cardinals by the score of 46-28. Lauren Fox alongside Harry Kozlowski. And Harry, after the first 16 minutes of play, we saw a lot of Isabella King and a lot of Lana McCarthy. And really, that's the story so far for Bedford. I can run through the scoring in a second, but really that post play made all the difference.
Yeah, I mean, Lana McCarthy definitely making her presence felt under the basket. A lot of effort to get the ball to her. And Isabella King, too, showing some great touch on her shots. I don't think I've seen her miss one. If she did, maybe 1 or 2. But she must be hitting about 75-80% of her shots from the court.
Nice feathery threes and 15-foot little J's from Isabella King. So looking at the numbers through 16 minutes, Lana McCarthy with 16 and Isabella King with 18. Others on the board for Bedford, Sophia Mumpini with 6, Marina Braga with 2, Sydney Grogan and Emma Kazajanski 1 apiece. And then on the other side for BG, Caitlyn Wheeler leading the way with 6, Hannah Lynch with 5, Maddie Bowen with 4, as well as Brooke Paquette. And Megan Stack, Kaylee McDonald with 3 apiece, Molly Smith with 2, and Olivia Murray chipping in 1. That got us to where we are, 46-28 through 16 minutes. And like we talked about right before we left for break, this is not a team, I'm talking about the BG Cardinals, that you want to take your foot off the gas against.
That's always been the MO of the Cardinals. You know, maybe because they're such a young team, mostly sophomores and freshmen, very few upperclassmen, that they may not have the effectiveness that we're used to.
The starting 5 is back into the game for Bedford. BG driving the lane is Megan Stack, and Stack smacks into one of the Bedford defenders, and they call it a charge on her.
Yep, the win goes to the defense once again. These officials calling it very consistently.
You love the hustle points of getting into the mix on the charges. And sure enough, the Bulldogs doing what they can to pick them up. Derek Fisher would be proud.
Brooke Paquette knocking that ball out of bounds. This possession is going to stay with the Bulldogs. Mumpini on the throw-in. Over to Isabella King.
King behind the back, dribbles into the paint. Now with a left hand high off the glass, shot misses. Rebound there by Kaylee McDonald. Back the other way is BG. Nice job by Mumpini to break up that long pass. Can't come up with it. Dives on the floor for the ball, but They will say a foul on Sophia Mumpini, trying to get her license plate. The official trying to make sure he was calling the foul on the right person and was looking at Mumpini from every angle as she was getting herself off the ground. For Sophia, that is foul number 3. BG trying to get it in quickly. Very close to running out of time, though. Now the ball to Paquette into the paint. Lana McCarthy with about her 11th block of the game. And as she tries to get set up to throw an outlet, does the bunny hop in the P-patch, and it'll be BG ball.
Yeah, her plant foot moved just a hair there. She held back on an initial throw because the lane got cut off, and that forced her leg to move.
McDonald to Murray. Murray with it, a little crossover. Now back down into the paint, behind the back. Little razzle-dazzle, misses the shot, and a foul is called, but the question on whom? Mumpini's got 3, and it is not on Sophia. It looks like the foul called there on Catherine Pennick, and that is her second.
Officials working things out at the scorer's table, pausing things momentarily, and now we're about to begin.
All right, the foul there on Isabella King, not on Pennick. They have 2 fouls on King. I did not.
And Olivia Murray misses her first free throw.
And Murray's second one off the iron. Lana McCarthy doing a nice job keeping that rebound alive. Bulldogs on top by 18. 7 minutes left here in quarter number 3. Now a pass down low to Pennick. Pennick over on the far side, pulls it back out to the three-point line, looking for somebody, and finds Mumpini on the three-point line on the far side. Now down low to McCarthy. They've double-teamed Lana, and they say that she traveled before she got the shot up, and really that's the answer if your BG is with the size disparity. You can't leave it where you have one person guarding her. You have to have somebody else on that help.
But she was still able to get the ball between 2 defenders, which
Yes.
shows that just getting the ball in her vicinity is often good enough. She just has to learn how to make a play with all that interference going on around her. And we got a foul call here. Looks like it is on Sophia Mumpini, her 4th one. And she's going to come out of the game right now. Coming in is Marina Braga.
Mumpini picked up those 2 fouls in about a minute and a half here in quarter number 3, and unfortunately for her, we may not see her again in the game if the Bulldogs continue to hang on to the lead. Free throws both made by Murray. Now Bedford back the other way. McCarthy will dribble into the paint. Shot missed there, gets the rebound, and Lana McCarthy converts the bucket. That gives her 18 in the game.
With the assist from King.
Right back the other way. McDonald misses a 3. King with the rebound, dribbling into the front court. And winds up dribbling into the paint, misses the shot, falls to the ground.
No call.
And McDonald with it for BG going the other way. And this time,
charge.
Nice job by Catherine Pennick in drawing that foul.
Yeah, you know, every collision foul we've seen so far this game has gone for the defense. Loose ball, finally picked up by Bedford. Left there for King to bring it over the timeline.
King dribbling with the left hand, now gets it back up top to Grogan. Dribbles just inside the three-point line, kicks it over the far side to Braga. Now Grogan with it back up top. 5.5 left here in the third quarter. Bedford on top by 18, 48-30. And Grogan drives right down the middle, is fouled, and she'll have an opportunity to shoot a couple of free throws.
Yeah, she had a lane to the basket that closed up very quickly before she get the shot away. But she can make up for it here with a couple of free throws. Bedford's been maintaining this 20 to 18 point lead since the second quarter. That's a little short.
Bulldogs on top, 48-30. About 5.5 left in the third period.
She makes the second one.
Second one from Grogan is good. She's got 2 on the game, both free throws. And now a timeout called by BG with Bedford on top, 49-30. 5:29 left here in the third period.
Quick reminder, we've got lots of sports action. Winter sports are going to be big here on BCTV 23 and Bedford 105.1. Our next game, another girls game against Concord. 6:30 p.m. tip-off will be on BCTV and 23 as well as Bedford 105.1. Then Friday, we've got the boys varsity contest against the Concord Crimson Tide at 6:30 p.m. We hope you tune in for both of those.
It's a full dance card you got.
Like I said, we're going to be busy this winter between girls and boys hockey and girls and boys basketball. There's going to be lots of sports going on.
Bedford on top in this one, their season opener, 49-30, 5:29 left here in the third period. Brooke Paquette, who I don't think has left the game for BG, but with a high degree of intensity throughout. Now a pass down low from BG. Murray with it. Now they look down low, stolen by McCarthy, and
nice anticipation there.
Gets it to Grogan. Sydney will dribble into the front court, finds a little bit of space, gets it to Lana McCarthy. Lana with the left-hand spin move is good. That gives her 20. The Bulldogs up 21, 51-30.
You know, when McCarthy sets herself to shoot, she's very accurate.
Nice long 3 from the near side.
That was like an NBA 3.
By Caitlyn Wheeler. That gives her 9 in the game. Bedford trying to inbound. BG in that full court press, and
they're going to say a BG player was standing on the line when they contacted the ball. It stays with Bedford. The Cardinals playing a pretty high-intensity pressure defense here, and they've been doing it for most of the game. A real testament to their stamina.
BG tends to stay in that full court press, and in the days when they had teams that were a bit more seasoned and experienced, they'd get the gas pedal on and they wouldn't let off of it. But in this case, this is a Bedford team that's got some senior leadership. BG doesn't quite have as much as Bedford does, and Isabella King has made it come through on the stat sheet.
And a foul's called here. I believe it's on Catherine Pennick, her second foul. We do apologize for the issues on audio on the TV side. We've got them corrected now. And another offensive foul here, this time on number 11, Olivia Murray, picking up her third foul, and ball goes over to Bedford here. 4:10 to go in the third, 51-33, Bulldogs in the lead. King brings it over the timeline, drives for the bucket, left-handed. Layup is negated by an offensive foul, another charge.
I haven't seen this much charging since Black Friday. I've been watching basketball as long as I can remember. I've never seen this many charging calls in a game in my life.
I mean, this hasn't been a single blocking foul.
No, I know. It's amazing. I mean, and I love the hustle, and it takes guts to sit there and draw a charge, so don't get me wrong. But seeing a crazy amount of them. Murray with it, now back to Wheeler over on the far side. She made that long 3 earlier. Now Paquette, a 3 from the baseline, misses. King, nice job on the rebound, sealing off. 3.5 left here in the third. Bedford on top by 18. And their lead, to your point earlier, has been 18 or more for a very long time. And King was tied up on the near side right around half court, and Kevin Gibbs loudly calling a timeout.
Yeah, I was going to say that Kaylee McDonald has been a real pest with her defense, not giving Isabella King much time or space to do anything, and caught her in kind of a tough spot there along the sideline. Couldn't get rid of the ball, and like I said, Gibbs himself aware that she was in trouble and got the timeout called.
And Bedford hasn't used a whole lot of timeouts, and they really haven't needed to. So if you got them, you might as well use them, particularly if you're saving a possession. And again, going to that point, Gibbs has been on the other side of some of these scores with BG, and he also knows that this is a talented team, so he's got to keep up that intensity, and every possession does matter.
Well, King and McCarthy still in the game. You can expect much of the offense to pivot between those two players. Marina Braga with the inbound to King.
King with it, looking for help, gets it to Sydney Grogan. Grogan trying to get everybody to clear out is Sydney, and she is fouled there by Brooke Paquette up top. That was more of a blocking foul, blocking-ish.
Kind of obstruction.
Yes. McCarthy with it, dribbling with the left hand down into the paint.
And that was her third foul, by the way.
There you go. I had missed one of them. Paquette with it over on the far side. Little runner off the glass is good for Brooke Paquette. And that'll give her 6 in the game. Bedford on top 51-35 with just about 3 minutes left here in the third.
Yeah, Cardinals getting it down to a 16-point game, closest they've been for a while.
Braga to inbound, gets it to Grogan. Grogan dribbling into the front court. Did a nice job getting into the front court. Gets it to Lana. Lana down into the paint. Now to Grogan. Back over to the far side to Braga. And the ball turned over there. Stolen by Megan Stack. And Stack is tied up. Nice job there on D by Bedford. And there's no foul called. Or was there?
Did they get a timeout? No, I think maybe it was a foul. And showing Marina Braga with her second foul on that.
There you go. Not entirely clear where the foul was on it, but 51-35 Bedford, 2:40 remaining here in the game, or check that, in the third period. Each team with 6 personal fouls. McDonald with a 3 that misses for BG. Now Murray gets the rebound, misses her shot, and quickly with the rebound and putting the basket in is Megan Stack. That gives her 5 on the game. Bedford right back the other way on the fast break. Pennick misses the shot. Stack with the rebound. Dribbling into the front court and tries to go right through Lana McCarthy. Unable to do so. Bedford steals the ball. Now it's King right back the other way for Bedford. She makes the bucket, and that gives her 20 on the game. 53-37 Bedford. 2 minutes left in the third.
Action picking up here.
I feel like we need a little bit of practice before we went into this. Stack with it, spinning around. Nice job
move
by Megan Stack on the near side, down in the block. Exactly right.
And the Cardinal within 14 now. Chipping away at the Bedford lead. King with the shot. Too short. McCarthy with the rebound, the hook. Rims out. And is that a foul call? I believe it is, yes. They're going to hit Lana with her third, I think.
That is 3 on her. And out of the game, Braga. Into the game is Mumpini with about a minute and a half left here in period number 3.
And Mumpini's in with 4 fouls, so she needs to watch herself.
And that also, the foul on McCarthy, number 7 against Bedford here in the third quarter. So that'll put BG on the line for a 1-and-1. It looks like it's Kaylee McDonald going to the line to shoot. McDonald's first one is good.
Now it's a 13-point game. You know, Bedford had been up as much as 22 in this half, in this quarter. And now it's a 12-point game, so about 10 points has been made up. And now a turnover. They're going to say Sydney Grogan stepped on the line. She was double-teamed in the corner. That press paying off with possessions here. Here's
McDonald, long 3 by her off the back iron. Misses. McCarthy with the rebound, and right back the other way is Bedford. Kazajansky with it now into the front court. And Bedford's got to slow things down a little bit, but also let their offense sort of manifest itself. Right now, they're just really hurrying things and trying to force it. They're up 12, about a minute left in the third. 17-footer missed there by Pennick, just inside the 3-point line up top. Grogan winds up with it. And about 50 seconds remain here in the third period. Grogan kicks, drives to McCarthy. McCarthy misses the shot. Mumpini gets the rebound, stays inbound. And now BG with the rebound right back the other way is Paquette to McDonald over on the near side. Might have gotten away with a travel. BG working the ball around. Paquette with it over on the near side. Now looking down low to Stack. And a little left-hander by Stack is good. And Megan Stack has been the big weapon for BG. Now she's got 9 in the game. And Bedford with about 10 seconds left here in the third, trying to answer. Gets the ball down low to McCarthy. And they say a blocking foul. There you go. There's your first blocking foul.
And that's going to send McCarthy to the line.
Bedford on top by 10. They led 24-9 after the first, 46-28 after the second. And we're up by, as you said, as many as 22. That lead cut now to 10.
So it's got to be making Coach Gibbs a little uncomfortable. Nice free throw there by McCarthy. Gets McCarthy, the Bulldogs up by 11.
She had missed her first 2, so now she's 1 of 3 in the game.
And the second one does not get the roll. Comes off the rim and picked up by Caitlyn McDonald.
See if
4
BG
seconds to go.
Ball rattles around a bit. Paquette had a chance at a shot. And it looked like it might have been blocked by the Bulldogs, but Coach Brad Creek is trying his best to get a foul call there.
Yeah.
But
probably said she got the wrist. But that is not the call. We're going to go to the fourth quarter here with the Bulldogs up by 11, 54-43. That scoring pace slowing down quite a lot for the Bulldogs.
Well, for Bedford, they were outscored 15-8 in that third quarter of play. So what looked like it was going to be a little bit of a boat race with Bedford up by 22 midway through the third, all of a sudden looks like an awfully close game. And where Kevin Gibbs might have thought he would have had an opportunity to get some of his less experienced players into the game, well, you still want to escape with a win in this one. We have one thing that you notice if you're looking at the schedule is it is a truncated regular season. You have 12 regular season games. So this isn't the kind of thing where you can say, we'll come back and get them another time. This is, for Bedford, the only time that they play BG until you get to the postseason.
Exactly.
So you got to leave yourself with a good final impression of what's gone on, and Bedford's got 8 minutes on the clock to do it.
And the Bulldogs need to get back to doing what worked for them, working Lana McCarthy inside and getting King open for her shots. And you know that BG's only going to turn up the pressure, and they are defensively. King into McCarthy. She dribbles, turns around, lays it up, gets her own rebound. Getting mugged. No whistle. Looks like the ball is turned over. Now, how do they call it a travel there when it was?
I don't think they called it travel. I think they called it tie-up, and the arrow goes back the other way. But they haven't flipped the arrow back. So both teams in the bonus right now, by the way. So this is one where Bedford's up 11, and you really get the sense that free throws are going to matter. Nice job by Sydney Grogan jumping the pass. But they called a foul on Sydney for it. And so now, or check that.
No, I think they're calling this a possession arrow.
Okay, so they said it was tied up. Interesting. That was a quick tie-up. McDonald driving the lane, and they will call a charge on Kaylee McDonald for it. By definition, that is a player control foul. We've all just grown to call it charging, and she was nothing if not out of control on that drive.
So BG with the press here, and they force a turnover. Bedford really needs to settle down here. I think one of the things that the Bedford players need to do is to help out the person with the ball, to come and give them a lane to get the ball to them.
Inbound pass to Stack, and her shot misses. They'll say that it went out of bounds off of Bedford, which is interesting. Didn't look like anybody had gotten to it, but
it looked like it hit a BG player standing out of bounds.
Now driving is Maddie Bowen. The shot off the back iron by Bowen. Nice job by Mumpini to get that rebound, and they will say that one is a tie-up, and the possession arrow pointing Bedford's way. So 7:14 left here in the game. The Bulldogs
was having none of that. It looked like she was ready to tear her arm off if she didn't let go of that ball.
That's why she's in the game right now with 4 fouls. You want somebody who's going to bring that level of intensity. Gets it to King. Mumpini now with it. to Grogan, and Grogan is hit from behind by Megan Stack, who is incredulous about it, puts her hand over her mask, but that one called pretty much right away by the officials, and Brad Creek as well, the coach of BG, also showing surprise, but that was a pretty textbook foul.
Yeah, I mean, he basically ran over her from behind, trying to knock the ball away from behind, instead making contact with number 14 Grogan, sending her to the line now at 7:09 to go. 54-43 is the score. Bedford is up here by 11.
Sydney's been to the line now 5 times in the game, made 2. And misses the front end of the 1-and-1. And so right back the other way is BG. 7 minutes left here in the game. Ball now down low to Maddie Bowen. Kicks it up top to McDonald. McDonald drives the lane. Shot missed. Rebound Grogan. Bedford back the other way. Isabella King with it into the front court. Shoots a little feathery 3. Misses off the front iron. King gets her own rebound. Now looking for a little bit of help. And Grogan with it. You need Bedford to kind of settle things down a little bit and really, truly just take a deep breath.
And McDonald getting the foul call there for reaching in.
So for McDonald, that is foul number 4 on the sophomore. But for Brad Creek, the coach of BG, if he's trying to work the officials, it is not a successful endeavor to this point. They're not picking up what he's laying down.
No, they've been pretty aggressive, and the officials, I think, have let a lot go on the BG side. That press sometimes gets a little too close for comfort, but the officials are letting him play.
Grogan's first one misses. Bedford now in the double bonus, by the way.
Hard off the back rim. Gets another shot.
The second one also misses. And so for the Bulldogs to hang on to this win, they're up by 11, 6.5 minutes left in the game. They are going to have to convert some of those charity shots. That is important. Nice backdoor cut by Megan Stack. She gets another bucket, and that's been the answer so far for BG, is that good ball movement.
And they give him another tie up here, which again was a very quick whistle. Like the moment both teams had a hand on the ball, they blew the whistle and called it a tied up possession, and that gives the ball right back to BG.
So BG with it, they trail by just 9 after being down by as many as 22. For Bedford, it has been relatively silent offensively. They've, in almost 10 minutes of play here in the second half, they've scored 8 points.
And Coach Gibbs decided to call a timeout here and talk things over, because the game, a little bit of danger of getting out of hand. The intensity, you can see that BG's feeling there's an opening becoming available to them. They're really aggressive on the press, and they've been attacking the basket with some great plays. And Coach Gibbs just has to get the girls focused on what's going on, playing their positions, not to leave anything open. And maybe also, too, fight fire with fire, maybe go to a more aggressive pressure defense as well.
Well, we've seen a couple things from BG that have really caused this run late in the game. The first thing is the double team on McCarthy down low that's really taken that away, and they've been very aggressive as far as playing defense on Isabella King. So the defensive side has been big, but on offense, they've been far more effective with ball movement than in the past. And by doing so, by moving the ball effectively, they're getting some higher percentage shots out of it. Instead of just waiting around, kicking the ball around and trying to make a 3, they're being very aggressive with moving without the ball. Megan Stack has been the real beneficiary of that. She's got 8 here in the second half, 11 overall.
Well, McCarthy's going to go to the bench now for a breather. And
6:19 left in the game. Bedford on top 54-45 over the Bishop Girton Cardinals.
I was going to say Catherine Pennick and Emma Kazajanski now in for the Bulldogs.
Grogan playing tough D on Paquette there. Now McDonald with it over to the far side to Murray. Paquette with it down low. And scoop and score for Paquette. She gets another one out of it. And now it's 54-47. This is as close as this one has been since early on in the first quarter when it was 10-3 Bedford, I believe. King with it, spins in the paint, and they're going to call her for a travel. Travel on Isabella King, and right back the other way is BG.
She ran out of real estate. She tried to underhand layup from about halfway to the basket from the foul line, which went in, but the officials say that she moved her feet.
So now Paquette with it into the front court, over to McDonald. McDonald with it on the far side to Megan Stack down low. Stack has been doing a great job here in the second half. 3 from Murray misses, and Sydney Grogan will just let it roll out of bounds. And Bedford will have a chance to inbound it from the far baseline, leading now 54-47 after being up by as many as 22. Mumpini to Grogan to break the press. Grogan with it now into the front court. Taking her time a little bit, looking for somebody, anybody, as Sydney Grogan looks over to the near side to Kazajanski. And Emma got it, thought about a 3, and then saw a little bit of an opening there, and they called her for a travel.
Which is a shame. She was wide open, and maybe she should have took a shot immediately.
Just that one little bit of thought. Paquette driving in, kicks it back out to Stack. 5 minutes left here in the game. Bedford on top, 54-47. Stack dribbling in, winds up getting a foul on Catherine Pennick, and Stack will go to the line.
And Stack was kind of bullying her way down to the basket, kind of plowing her path with her forearm. But the officials decided to put the foul on Pennick there.
Stack shooting 2 here, makes the first one. BG has been very good from the line. Bedford has struggled from the line.
And now McCarthy's back in for Mumpini.
And McCarthy heads down on the low block for the second free throw. Bedford on top by 6, 54-48, 4:57 left here in the game.
And by the way, Pennick drew, that was her 4th foul.
McCarthy the rebound. Bedford back the other way. Isabella King taking it slowly into the front court as she directs traffic, trying to find a little bit of an opening.
Got the screen.
And nice pull-up J from King. Misses. Right back the other way is BG. McDonald with it. Now a pass to the far side. Shot missed. Rebound there. Kazajanski back the other way is Isabella King.
King blocked that shot.
Nice job by King to do so. That one from Kazajanski. About a 19-footer. She was on the line, missed the shot. And the tie-up after the fact, a foul committed there by Lana McCarthy.
Yeah, things are not going to Bulldogs' way here. The shots by King are not dropping like they were in the first half. And the officials getting a little harder on Lana McCarthy, making her job tougher. She can't, she picks up her 4th foul.
Megan Stack makes the free throw.
Making it a 5-point game.
Stack now with 13 in the game. Bedford on top 54-49, and Stack makes the second one 54-50. So Bedford's got to inbound the ball pretty quickly there, and a foul is called. There was a
King hit the deck, but apparently they're calling a foul on who? Why are they giving the ball back to BG?
I didn't see what was called. Can't really hear a whole lot either. So
can't really understand what happened right there.
I don't know if it was a 5-second violation either. That may have been a possibility. But anyway, BG has the ball. They trail 54-50 with 4:18 left here in the game. I'm sure Hansen knows exactly what's going on watching at home. McDonald with it for BG. Pass up top to Murray. Murray driving into the paint. Shot is made, and a foul is called on Bedford. She'll go to the line with a chance to complete a 3-point play. And BG down by 2 with a chance to make it 1.
Yeah, the Cardinals showing no fear driving the basket. Maybe it's because they know that McCarthy's got 4 fouls on her, and she's not going to put up much of a resistance. of trying to avoid that 5th foul. But everything's been dropping for BG so far, as does the free throw, and now we've got a 1-point game. And number 24, Michaela McDonald, tips that long pass for Kazajanski out of bounds. 4:06 to play here. Bedford with possession, leading by just 1.
Grogan with it, gets it to King. King dribbles into the paint, now pulls it back out. Back to Grogan up top. Grogan with it, dribbling with the left hand, looks over to the far side. Kazajanski, now Pennick on the far baseline, shot off the back iron. Nice job by King to pick up the long rebound. King drives into the paint.
And they're going to call
and is called for a charge, and it'll be BG ball with a chance to take the lead. 54-53, 3:47 left here in the game.
Yeah, nothing's working for the Bulldogs so far in this half. Scoring has gone way down for them. And now King is going to come out, and Sophia Lagulon will take her place here with 3:47 to play.
BG trailing
that was
by...
the 5th foul, so King is out of the game.
King is out, Lagulon is in. Bedford just got a whole lot younger. You replace the senior with a freshman. And now BG trying to erase that 1-point Bedford lead. Pass kicked over to the far side to Smith, now to McDonald. McDonald to Paquette, who drives the baseline, gets into McCarthy. And Paquette's flying layup goes in, and now Bedford trails by 1, 55-54, and the Bulldogs coming right back the other way. Kazajanski fighting for the ball on the floor, and they'll call a foul on Paquette, and I believe that is Paquette's 4th foul. But regardless, 55-54, and the Bulldogs, who are up by 22, now trail by 1.
Actually, I think they're going to say that she had a foot on the end line there. Possession Bedford.
Grogan with it, outside the 3-point line, looking down low to Pennick. Not a whole lot to look for.
That was a pass, I believe.
It was.
That number 20, Pennick, didn't realize was coming to her. Let it go out of bounds, and now it's BG ball. 3 minutes to play.
3 minutes left in the game. Bedford is yet to score here in period number 4. It's 54-43. BG has scored all, or check that, it's 55-54. BG has scored all 12 points here in quarter number 4. McDonald with a 3 from the far side. Kaylee McDonald, a big bucket over there. And now Bedford trails by 4, 58-54. BG with a steal on the offensive end, and a foul called on Bedford. Now BG will have a chance to extend that lead. 58-54 is where it is now.
Boy, the wheels are really falling off here for Bedford. It seems they're getting really flustered on the inbounds. Instead of taking their time, they're throwing the ball in places where they can't be played cleanly, and kind of helping the turnovers for BG.
Again, this is BG's stock and trade, and it's been that way for so many years. The full court press, and it makes it tough to break. And you have players who have been in the program working on it. They don't have a whole lot of senior leadership, but they have players who know that that's part of their culture. And as a result, they're able to execute on it pretty quickly. And it makes it tough for Bedford on the flip side to navigate the press when you have a younger team out there as well.
Well, this game has seen a 26-point swing. Bedford led us by as much as 22 in the third, and they're now trailing by 4 with 2:38 to play. Still time for them to get back into this, but they're going to have to first find a way to get some points in the basket. They haven't been able to do that.
So the 5 on the court for Bedford right now, you have Lagulon, Pennick, McCarthy, Kazajanski, and Grogan. Mumpini appears to be checking back into the game as well, but she'll have an opportunity to do so after free throw number 1 from Olivia Murray.
Another free throw, good.
Makes the first one. Mumpini in, Kazajanski out. And it was an offensive outburst for Bedford through 16 minutes. They had scored 46. They've scored 8 since in the succeeding 14 minutes. And Murray makes that second free throw as well. Bedford now chasing 6. 2:38 left here in the game. Mumpini breaking the press, getting into the front court. Now looking over to the far side to Lana McCarthy. The ball stolen from McCarthy by Stack, but goes out of bounds. It'll be Bedford ball over on the far side by the scorer's table. Mumpini looking for anybody, finds McCarthy. Nice little up and under from Lana, misses. McCarthy gets her own rebound, tries the putback, unsuccessful, and rebounded there by Lagulon. She's fouled. She'll have an opportunity to go to the line and shoot two.
I was just waiting for when the officials will finally call a foul right there. McCarthy getting mugged under the basket there. But I like the fact that she took the time to steady herself and get the shot, and either draw the foul or give herself the time to put the basket in correctly. The foul called not on her attempt, but on Lagulon's. And what's this, the coach for BG having something to say about that?
Nah, Megan Stack picked up her 5th foul. She's out of the game now, and we'll see if that changes up things a bit, because Megan Stack has been a bit of an offensive juggernaut for BG here in the second half. She's got 11 in the second half, 14 overall. So with 2:22 left in the game, you have King who's fouled out, Stack has fouled out, Lagulon just made a free throw, get Bedford back within 5, and really you feel like the Bulldogs were on top 22, down 6, but now it's like the deck has shuffled a bit with those two impact players out of the game. And the second one made by Sophia Lagulon. So now Bedford trails by 4, and really it's a 2-possession game. You get a steal.
We get a timeout.
And Brad Creek takes a timeout, and 2:18 left here in the game. BG leading by 4, 60-56. And for Bedford, too, we neglected to mention that, those their only points here in the fourth quarter. They have not made a basket since, I believe, you're talking about like the 6-minute mark of that third quarter. So for Bedford, a team that was really pouring it on early, and the recipe was Isabella King with the feathery J's and threes here and there and dumping it down low to Lana McCarthy. Both of those wells have sort of run dry at this point.
And at this point, BG could just run the clock out with no shot clock. They could just play the perimeter for the next 2 minutes and 18 seconds. So I think it would behoove the Bulldogs to take part in some press defense as well. Try to force a turnover, or at least try to get them to put a little urgency on the Cardinals.
It's what you got to do. You got to try to force the turnover, but unfortunately at this point you have both teams in the double bonus, so this is 2.5 minutes of basketball that could wind up being about feeling like it's 2.5 hours.
It could last until the next football game, the Saints and the Buccaneers. Tampa Tommy.
60-56. Bishop Girton on top of Bedford. 2:18 left here in the game. Gets it inbounds. And Kaylee McDonald, the sophomore, with it for BG. Gets it over to the far side to Murray. Murray to Paquette up top. And we're now at about the 2-minute mark. And if you're Bedford and you're going to foul, you should probably foul sooner than later. But you got to make sure that you have the right player fouling. And in this case, it's Marina Braga who fouls. And now
11.
BG will go to the line and shoot a couple.
Olivia Murray is the one who draws the foul, and she will go to the line. With 1:59 to go and a 4-point lead, she'll try to add to that.
Murray has made 4 of 9 from the charity stripe in tonight's game. Doesn't seem like BG's missed a whole lot of free throws today, and sure enough, Murray knocks that one down. 5 of 10 for Olivia Murray. Bedford trails by 5, just under 2 minutes remaining in the game, 61-56. And the second one for Murray also is good. And now Bedford back the other way. Ava Dubois with it, dribbling into the front court, dribbling with the left hand. Now looking for Sophia Mumpini. Mumpini looking for anybody she can find. Finds Ava Dubois, who looks down low to Lana McCarthy. And Lana with a big left hand there makes a bucket. That's her first since early on in the third. And the Bulldogs now trail by 4. And they are in the press with a little bit of speed. Paquette with it, guarded there closely by Grogan. Now it's McDonald up top. Over to Murray. Steal attempt by Grogan, unsuccessful. And if you're Bedford, you got to foul sooner than later. Ava Dubois trying to harass McDonald.
Under 120.
And a foul called there on Braga as she fouls Olivia Murray, sends her to the line. But Bedford wasted a little bit of valuable time there. Looked like they were trying to send Murray to the line, but she hit both of them the last time, looked pretty good doing so.
And she'll have another chance here with 1:18 to go to get the lead back up to 6 for BG.
Murray makes the first one, making them when they count, that's for sure.
And she's finding her touch.
Seven of 10 for Olivia Murray here in the fourth quarter after going 1 of 4 in the first. And Bedford trails by 6. Sydney Grogan was dribbling down court and was knocked down, and a foul called, and Grogan will go to the line and shoot a pair. And if you're Bedford, are you at the point in time where you make the first, miss the second, try to keep a possession alive?
Not at this point. Let's probably get the buckets or get the free throws hopefully, and then go to the press and hopefully force a turnover here in the backcourt. Didn't get the roll there.
Grogan misses the first. Bedford now trailing by 6, 64-58. And the second one from Grogan is good. Now chasing 5. 1:12 left here in the game. BG on top, 64-59. Quickly into the front court. Wheeler to Smith, now to Murray. But Bedford a little bit disorganized on defense, just trying to figure out what to do and who is going to be the one doing the fouling.
Yeah, there was some confusion as to who's covering who. And now they left number 11, Murray, open there. And they foul her. I guess they identified her as being the weakest link at the foul line, but she's been hitting everything that she's given so far.
She's 7 of 10 here in the fourth quarter of tonight's game. Was 1 of 4 in the first, but so that's what, 8 of 14, so 71%.
They might want to find somebody else to foul. It's a 5-point game for the BG Cardinal. They trailed all the way till just about halfway through this fourth quarter by as much as 22. And once again, Murray hits it. Nice high arc.
She was 8 of 14, which is 57%. Now 9 of 15. And she makes that one as well. So she's making them when they matter, that's for sure. Bedford down by 7, 66-59. Grogan into the front court. Gets it over to Braga. Braga dribbling into the paint, loses the ball. McCarthy fighting for the ball, and they say
possession
tied up, jump ball. Bedford gets it on the arrow. So the Bulldogs got to pull a rabbit out of a hat here, trailing by 7, 66-59. 41 seconds left in the game. Inbound pass to McCarthy. Looked like it was knocked off of BG, but they're going to call a foul on BG, and McCarthy will go to the line and shoot a pair.
Caitlyn Wheeler, I believe, drew that one.
For Wheeler, foul number 3.
Yes.
And McCarthy will make her first one.
Her second shot is a little short, and it's rebounded by BG now. 37 seconds to go. Sydney Grogan trying to cover number 1 there. Brooke Paquette, who winds up getting the foul in the backcourt. She's going to go shoot 2 here with 32 to go.
And they call the foul on Grogan, so Sydney Grogan now with 3. Not that it matters at this point in the game. 32 seconds left in the game. Bedford trailing BG 66-60. And Paquette will make that free throw. Give her team a 7-point lead.
I think BG's made about 10 shots in a row from the charity stripe so far in this fourth.
And it's been Olivia Murray, the one that's doing most of the damage. Paquette makes that one too. And makes it 68-60, half a minute left in the game. Lagulon dribbling into the front court. And will now drive. Shot from Lagulon. Nice little floater from the baseline is good. 68-62. And a travel called on Brooke Paquette there, and Bedford trails by 6 with 18 seconds left. So you still need a miracle here, but you can actually make it happen when you have the ball, and you don't have to send them to the free throw line.
See what happens here. The officials will reset. Braga on the inbound.
Braga with it. Ava Dubois with a 3 from the near side off the front iron. Braga gets the rebound, makes the shot, and now Bedford trails by 4 with 10 seconds left in the game.
And they foul Paquette. Ava Dubois does. 9.9 seconds left here. Bedford within 4.
And I believe that, to your point from earlier, BG has made their last 10 free throws. So we'll see if I have the Jim Nance effect. And
you do.
It never fails, man. It never fails. It's like when they're talking about kickers. Justin Tucker, one of the most accurate kickers in the NFL. Doink. So Paquette misses the first one, and then the second one is good. So Bedford trails by 5, 9.9 seconds left here in the game. In case you're just joining us, the Bulldogs were on top by as many as 22 points. And it was really, in large part, due to the Isabella King and Lana McCarthy show. In the first half, King and McCarthy accounted for 34 points between them. Bedford led it 46-28 after 16. But the last, I don't know, I'm going to say 10 minutes, 11 minutes of clock time have really been all BG. Through 3 quarters, Bedford led 54-43, and BG has sort of run away with things late. They have a 5-point lead. So since that,
they figured out how to choke off Bedford's offense. The double team on McCarthy has been very effective. They got King out of the game with 5 fouls. And even then, toward the end of in the second half, she was having trouble hitting her shots.
and if you're Bedford at this point, yes, we talked about it earlier. It is a short season. It is a 12-game season. You don't see anybody over and over again. But the question is, what can you learn from this one game? Pass into the front court to Lana McCarthy, stolen there by Daly. And BG will run out the clock here, leading by 5. And the Bishop Girton Cardinals with a big comeback win over the Bedford Bulldogs. 69-64 is the final. And for the Bulldogs, it truly was a tale of 2 halves. After the first half, 46-28. In the second half, they wound up losing 69-64. So I got to do the math real quick. They got outscored 41-18 in that second half of play.